So welcome to your practice. We're going to be doing this practice from standing. So I'm on my mat, but as long as you don't have a slippery floor, you should be fine. You don't have to have one. Take a moment here, stepping the feet a comfortable distance apart where you feel nice and grounded. You might, like I am, just gently rock a little forward and back to find an evenness in the feet. Take a moment, lift up all your toes, press down under the ball of the big toes, under the ball of the pinky toes, under the center of the heel, then let all of your toes come down. Micro bend your knees, lift your sternum, broaden across your collarbones, broaden between your shoulder blades, turn your palms to face forward. Just take one breath here. Now, inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Let your right hand grab your left wrist, lengthen to the right. Take a breath here. Then inhale back to center. Exhale, release your arms down. Second side, inhale up, left hand grabs the right wrist, reach to the right. Take a breath here. Inhale back to center. Release your arms down. So we're going to speed that up just a little bit. So inhale, reach up, grab the left wrist. Exhale, side. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Other side, inhale up, grab the wrist. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, release your arms down. Now, let the knees be gentle here. You're going to just start to flap the arms a little bit side to side. So you decide how big or small, how fast or slow to make this movement. If you find you don't have enough space, you can also step your feet a little bit wider. Do the same thing. Keep the knees with a gentle bend. You want to feel even side to side. So when you do, make your way back to center. If you had stepped your feet a little bit wider, you can step them just gently back in. Now take your right ear to your right shoulder. So when we do this from seated, sometimes I invite you to drop your hand down, but from standing, your hand is already reaching down. So one thing you might like to do here is make your arm more active. So lengthen and straighten the arm. Usually that means it reaches away from the body a little bit. Take one more breath here. And bring your hand and your arm back to center, second side. So left ear to left shoulder. And then if you'd like, you can straighten that arm beside you. One more breath. And come on back to center. Keeping that little bend in the knees. Inhale, reach your arms up into a V shape. Exhale, round your shoulders forward. Take your arms back behind you. So we're going to start to make this movement more your own. You can take the V wider. You can roll forward a little bit if you like. You're totally in charge of this, so you make it work for you. If you come forward, bend the knees a little bit. And one more. When you're complete, coming back to center, hands to the hips. Step your feet just maybe a millimeter wider each side. So we're going to rise up onto the calves to bring a little bit of mobility into the feet. If it's not okay for you to come onto both feet, one at a time, rise up onto the toes, set your foot down, second side. If it is okay, find a focal point on the ground to help you with your balance, something that's not moving, and then inhale, rise up onto the calves. Exhale, come down. And you're really rising up onto the toes. The calves are just getting in on the action. And down. This is a good stretch and strength builder for the feet and the ankles. bringing the feet on down. So now step your right foot back behind you, coming into a lunge. So you can be on the ball of the foot here. If that's not comfortable for you, spin the toes out 30 degrees, plant your foot down. Otherwise, come onto the ball of the foot. Hips are facing forward here. Start to slowly descend your front thigh, sending the thigh forward and down, which invites the knee to bend. As you do that, start to press your thigh, your back thigh back behind you. So it's kind of a lifting and back action, bringing some mobility into the hips, opening into the quads. One more breath here. And then in one or more steps, bring your back foot forward. So second side, set that foot back behind you. Come onto the ball of the foot. Again, start to descend your front thigh. And then press back through the back thigh. Using that focal point on the ground to help you. One more breath. And then in one or more steps, step your back foot forward. Now you're going to step wide. Feet are comfortable wide distance apart. And let the feet be parallel to each other. You can take a moment and peek down at that. And now, little gentle bend in the knees. Just start to bend more through one knee. Come back to center. Bend a little other knee. Come back to center. If you like, you can bring your hands down to the thighs. Bend the knees a little more. Squat down. Now, start to shift your hips right. Shift your hips left. So we're just opening up the hips in a different direction than we just did with the lunges. Bringing yourself back to center. Hands come to the hips. Again, in one or more steps, step one foot center, and then bring your other foot also back to center. Giving another little different stretch for the foot. Flip the toes over. Stretch the top of your foot. Now turn the foot over. Let the toes catch the mat. And start to just press back a little bit through the foot. Stretching through the root of the big toe especially, but also the other toes. Bring that foot back. And now second side. Top of the foot stretches. And then flip the toes over and stretch the root of the toe. You can always use your hand to a wall or other support if needed. Bring that foot on back to center. And if the feet want to have a little shake out, they can. Coming back into your comfortable standing position, hands are on the hips. Start to send just the hips to the right. So looking for some stretch sensation in the right outer hip. Then reach your right arm over. One more breath. Come back to center. Second side, send your hips left. Maybe reach the arm out over your ear. And come back to center, hands to the hips. Last thing here, open the mouth very wide, releasing through the jaw. Just breathing normally through your nose. When you're ready, the mouth can slowly close. So we've moved through all the major joints of the body, bringing in movement just in 10 simple minutes. We'll close with one breath together. Bring your hands in front of your heart. When you're ready, let's inhale and exhale. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.